All right. Next play is mesh. Real quick. On this play, you'll see that this is one of the plays where I do believe it's probably a good idea to have the double just already started out here, and I'll get to why. Number one, most obviously, is because you got a wheel. It's quicker to get to that spot from out here than, you know, backfield or whatever. But number two is in a man situation, it can move this mic out of the way. So right now, I got him here just for the sake of zone. But in a man situation, he's not gonna be here, right? So for zone situation, right? We got this guy in conflict, and we got this guy in conflict. Off the rip, though, with the first thing that's taking place, and as you'll see, I have the H off the line here. We don't always have to use this motion. I just drew it up, you know, this time just to show you like what that would look like. This could easily just be a drag from here, but against press, we could definitely do something where we motion this guy across. We use the Y to set the pick on his guy, and he has a free release on his drag there, because like that's what we're looking to have come open super easy on this, is this drag route. And we've got all kinds of picks being set on this, which is this is what mesh is people setting picks, rubber out, stuff like that, right? So the mesh is this over the middle. We've got the Y, like I said, the Y setting the initial pick to release the H. From the backside, we have the X and the Z, then looking to pick defenders, right? So if you can imagine, this guy's down here, he slides over, he gets picked, he has to work over the top. By the time he gets over to here, he's chasing, here comes the X is gonna force him over the top. There's a Z doing the same thing to the mic, right? So we got routes coming from this way, holding people from getting across to the drag where we're trying to get it. What we also have is if they do overextend, right? If they do get there, these crossing routes coming back the other way will open up, as well as potential for this stick to just be wide open. So through our progression, right? Through our progression, we're taking a peek at the wheel, right? Because if it is man, and we have something to where this mic is responsible for the double, and he's inside here or he's shallow here, and we just see, you know, off the rip, he takes a step forward. Because in man situations, if the double's back here, sometimes you'll see this guy just fly down to the double and try to cut off the opportunity for the quarterback to just throw it out there to him. We look over that way and we see this guy pouncing on this, and the wheel takes off. We already know instantly if it's man, like, hey, that's open. Soon as he's even with him, go ahead and throw that. So that's why that's the first peak, right? But really, this is where our eyes are going to try to get the ball to, right? We're looking at this nickel. Does he drop inside? Does he in a zone situation? Does he drop inside? Does he widen to help with the wheel? He probably widens to help with the wheel. Even though all this is funneling inside. His responsibility's out here. So he probably widens to help with the wheel, to a degree. As he widens, it's opening the window for this drag. This drag is what the whole purpose of the play. Mesh will be what we use to beat blitz. Mesh will be what we use to beat press habitually, right? Really strong against those two. So we're just trying, you know, snap the ball. We drop it down to here, whether it's man or zone. This guy's getting the ball in space without, you know, with picks being set to where people aren't on his tail, right? So be it zone or man. In man, like I said, pick, super open. We're clearing out here. This drag has nothing but space when we drop it to it. Nothing but space. Imagine this guy's chasing, this guy's clearing out. Safety's not even there for a man. What I didn't talk about yet is this, you know, stick route by the center. The center is also creating picks here. So as you release, bam, you're getting in the way of this trail defender. Right here, bam, you're getting in the way of this trail defender. In man situations, right? This guy would want to follow the X, and this guy's going to follow the Z. So we get in both of those guys' way, and then just hook up. Just stand right there. Because what's going to happen is the window to hit this Z is going to be either on either side of the X, right? So if the window to hit the Z presents itself prior to, you're not even going to be there, right? So we can rip it to him. But if if the X is, or I'm sorry, if the linebacker is running with this, making it impossible to get it to the Z, you standing right here, you'll be wide open, right? Because this will widen, he'll move with this, and you'll be wide open right here. Okay, and you'll also be right behind this. You'll also be right behind this drag. So much like I talked about in those, in I forget what play I even brought it up, but like how there's built-in pitch options already like waiting on you on certain plays. There's plays where we could just hit this fucking hitch and he, you know, gets outside and has this drag plus this wheel to work with as pitch options, stuff like that. And then on the backside, again, if we do get press, as much as we're always going to want to just drop it down to this hitch, there is a situation where we can see them be overly aggressive trying to get inside on the drag. And again, one of our big targets out here with no help on that outside in a man situation, especially press with the guy up on him, is really easy to get that ball over to that corner too. So did zone do man, secondary play, right? So this is one of those plays. This is one of those plays where we don't have a double to just get it to for our secondary play. Now, we can get to the line and see what the coverage is. Like if we get to line and we can see it's obvious cover 3, we may have the choice to just cancel this wheel and say I just drop. And then we do have a double option. But on this play you don't have a double option. So as far as secondary plays, we're not gonna go over we'll go over secondary plays if in the scenario where this guy just drops, right? So if this guy just drops, he obviously has the drag here as the shallow sideline, this drag. He obviously had, oh no, you don't have, I'm sorry. So this would be our shallow. If it gets to the double, this hookup, you become the deep, okay? Deep sideline. And then like I said, if you guys are running your drags, you turn around and it's up to the double, you need to just reroute yourself, you know, the shallow guy to here and the deeper guy, you know, hook up a little deeper, right? You'll read the space, you'll read the defenders, you'll see what's going on. So that would be our secondary if we make a call to cancel the wheel, right? Will be our secondary choice. If we don't do that, your hot is very obviously, right? We could do whatever you want to, this would be your hot, right? And then fire drill would be when you roll away from your double, right? We actually have 2. Well, in a sense, you have 3, right? So fire drill situation, rolling away from the play side, we got options. Press and blitz, I already talked about press and blitz. This is literally what we call to kill press and blitz. Yeah, either or. So definitely on the spreadsheet under press and blitz, this will be one of the main go-tos. What else is there to cover? I don't think there's anything else to cover. Wow, there we go. Quickest video yet.